Good day, everyone. This is the report of Group 9, Writing Correspondence via print or email. Writing correspondence. There are many types and formats that we can use to communicate, convey messages. Among these are written forms of communication, essential to life today, including emails and letters. These forms of communication serve many purposes and can be written in various registers from business to personal. So, ang writing correspondence, ang kuan ani kay daghan mag-type og daghang types o daghang formats nga magamit nato para maka-communicate o maka-convey og message. Unya sa isa ani ang written form sa communication. Ang written form na ay klase-klase, whether it be from business related or personally related. So, emails. Ang emails are becoming very relevant and rapid form of communication. They are beginning to replace many of the written mailed forms correspondences. All emails carry the same basic formats as written letters and generally include a salutation, message, and closing signature. Be mindful of etiquette when you are sending emails. So, ang emails kay mauni ang nipuli sa written letter sa mga liham nato. Rather than magsulat, i-type na lang nato sa atong computer. Pero parehara siya gyapon sa liham na siya greetings, na siya message o closing signature. Pero pati pud sa liham amping pud ka sa kung unsa imong ibutang sa email. So formal emails. Formal emails are used to correspond with some social equals, persons that you do not know very well, or those that you wish to maintain some form of formal relationship. So ang formal emails, for example, kanang magkuan ka og acquaintance nimo, di nimo siya friend, pero di po siya ingon nga di nimo kaila. Kaila lang ka sa iya, so send kag email sa iya, dili anang informal pero formal nga email. So sa emails, use a subject outlining the main purpose of the email. The greeting is more often formal, containing a Miss or Mrs. So, this is isa sa kwan. Kung ang imo gi-greet na siya certain profession, for example, doctor, ang i-greet mo doctor. Kung teacher sa professor, o niya, ang iya yung kanang surname or family name. So, sa third kay get right to business at hand. So, kung magkuhan ka emails, direct to the point, di na ka magpataas og sulat, di na ka sumpay-sumpay pa o kanang usay dili important. Number 4, use a closing signature like thank you in advance or sincerely, best, or etc. So kung magkuhan kag emails, dili lang kay mo send, magkuhan po ka o closing signature kay dili lang man kay sikin sa ni imong gisendan. 5, sign your email with your name para makailapod ang imong gisendan og email. Magbutang pug ka og name nimo.
So, good afternoon everyone. My name is Richard M. Hepo. So, my topic is personal email. So, when we say personal email, as personal emails are often written to people that you know well or on a personal basis. These email often deviate from the guidelines outlined for a formal email. So, when we say personal email daw, so karaniwan ni nato na ginasulat ang personal na email sa mga taong kilala natin or atong mga kaila. For example is family, friends, or loved ones. So, wala po ni sila gina-follow na guidelines outlined for a formal emails. Next is the differences between formal and informal emails. So, number 1 is they often lack a greeting or salutation and sometimes a signature or replaced with a very informal greeting like hey, hi, or etc. So, imbis na mo greet tag formal way, like for example is good morning or good day, sa personal email is ang kadalasan ginagamit is, or kumbaga informal way is hi, hey, or bisan unsa ba na or unsa man inyo gitawagan. So, number 2 is they also often lack a signature and sometimes replace the closing with. So, imbis na pagka human sa letter is pirmahan or dapat na signature para sa formal na pamaagi. Pero which is informal gani, no? Kumbaga, pag human sulat ba or diretso na hatag or kuhan send. So number 3 is often the informal emails allow for use of emoticons and abbreviation like LOL, TTYL or etc. no. So sa informal daw is nagagamit na sila dire og emote or mga pina-shortcut na way sa mga word like LOL or TTYL, no. So sa similarities po nila is the similarities between formal and informal emails is ang number 1 is they should contain a message with brief amount of content stating the purpose and brief description, no. So dapat sa formal daw is ang imong message is naay kumbaga naglalaman siya og kumbaga impormasyon or kung unsa jud ang atong tuyo or pasabot sa atong pag-email. So number 2 is use a subject line outlining the main purpose of the email. So proceed ta sa letters, guys, no. Sa letters is letters are often used to convey more formal means of communication as emails are often used to convey rapid forms of communication. So sa letter daw is karaniwan nato ni ginagamit upang kumbaga ipahayag or pahayag ang formal na pamaagi sa letter. So example ani is kanang muhatag kag letter sa mayor or sa mga like DepEd, mga ingana, or sa school or simbahan, pina-formal siya na pag muhatag kag letter. Or sa business like company, mga apply ingana. And para sa mas clear na pamaagi, guys, ang letter is para sa formal na pamaagi and ang personal email is informal pero mas pinapaspas po siya, guys. So ang next reporter is si Rodolfo.
Business letter. Letter can be used for formal occasion including a letter to a politician, a letter accompanying resume, corresponding between business. This letter assume a formal relationship between the correspondents and are used to conduct business, seek, give information, and establish a working relationship with someone. The letter contains information like address of the recipient, the address of the sender, the date, the salutation, and signature. So, ug magbuhat ta og kaning business letter, no, dapat mag-una gyud ang heading. Ang nakabutang na is ang street ug ang date. The next is inside address. The next is ang salutation. So matong mag-message ka like dear ma'am or sir. Then the next is ang closing like katong na sincerely, then name, then signature. Personal letter. Letter can be used for formal occasion, including a letter to a friend, acquaintance, or relative. These letters generally assume a formal relationship between the correspondent and are used to provide an update of the one's life and are simply to convey personal information. The letter at least contains the address of the information like the address of the recipient, the address of the sender, the date, the salutation, and signature. Ang example ng personal letters, no, is kanang magbuhat ta og excuse letter nga ipadala ta sa eskwelahan. Ang nakakuan diha ang nag-first isang heading gyud, inside address, then ang salutation ug unsa imong gibati nganong absent ka nganong nagpadala ka og letter, then ang signature. Mao na mga example anang personal letter. Fax cover sheets. Faxing documents is another form of electronic communication. It is used to send documents over a phone line. A cover sheet is required to send with a fax as to allow for the contact information of the recipient. Fax is not having a cover sheet may be overlooked tossed away, or picked by the wrong recipient. Having a cover sheet allows for rapid transmission to the intended recipient. It follows similar formatting to email, including to, from, subject, date, and a message, including the content of the fax attachment. Templates vary and often companies already have fax cover sheet. So, ang fax cover sheet no is like kanang mga sulatan nato sa atong mga resume, but nagamit na siya og electronic gadget para ma-print ang atong mga letters. Addressing an envelope. It is important to know how to address an envelope properly as mislabeled. Envelope can be completely bypass their intended recipient or maybe delay in the receipt by the recipient. The envelope contains both the returning address, the address of the sender, and the forwarding address of the letter. The recipient information, don't forget the stamp. So, ug magkuan tag addressing envelope no is dapat complete ang mga details. Kaya naay mali nga details diha, possible nga dili maabot sa imo ang envelope or madili.